Hello lettering friend, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights, and in this video I'm going to show you some fun lettering styles you can use to fill a journal page. Last year I ran a half marathon, so I would fill a page with how many miles I ran each time I reached a new milestone. It was a fun way to celebrate my accomplishments. If there is a word that is meaningful or helps you remember something, you can simply fill a page with creative styles of that word. I'll be using my Staedtler Tri Plus highlighters. I love using these as brush pens because they have a flexible tip and they don't fray. The journal is my first hand lettering journal. It's just a random journal I found at Tuesday morning. I'm lettering the number 9 in several different styles, and I wanted to record this one and share it because I had a really cool experience on my 9-mile run. I was planning on sharing it last summer in 2021 after I ran the half marathon, but it hasn't happened until now. I had written down my thoughts, so I'm excited to finally share them with you. Here's a question for you. Have you ever thought that you were bad at hand lettering? Maybe when you first started, or maybe when a lettering piece didn't turn out how you were expecting. I had a realization about being bad at lettering while I was running 9 miles. I'm not a runner, but my husband is, and we decided to run a half marathon together last summer. We ran one together before we were married, and I loved it, and I've always wanted to run another one, so we decided to make it happen again. Starting to train was terrible for me. Every run was so painful, no matter how short it was. My husband kept telling me how to change my posture, how to breathe, and how my knees and feet should go. He was teaching me the basics of how to run because I was so bad at it. After running for 2 weeks, there was one run that wasn't totally miserable, and I was like, oh wow, maybe I can actually do this. But even after that, there were a lot of bad runs, and I was doubting my decision to commit to a half marathon. Something crazy happened a month later when we ran 9 miles. I felt the runner's high for the first time in my life. It felt amazing. I wanted to push it more and run faster and keep going forever. I could feel in my body when I was using the right form because I had been working on it. Using the right form in the beginning didn't make it feel good. It was just hard. But this time, using the right form actually felt good because I had been practicing it. The endorphins were making me feel so good. Normally, running doesn't give me those feel-good endorphins because it all just hurts. But if I had given up in the beginning when I was so bad at it and everything hurt, I wouldn't have made it past that to the good part. So I applied this to lettering because you have to be willing to be bad at it in order to get to the good part. Holding your pen in the right way might feel uncomfortable as you're learning, but with enough practice, it will start to feel good and you'll notice how it's helping you. I can look back at my mile collages and remember that when I ran 4 miles, that felt huge. It was a huge win. I could celebrate that accomplishment even though I couldn't run 9 miles yet. Same with lettering. The first time you letter a word, you should celebrate that. Even if it's not a full quote yet, you have to start with the word and you can enjoy those small wins. Every accomplishment in lettering is a big deal. Like you found a way to connect to letters that you love, or you discovered a pen that feels really good with your style. The good part of lettering to me feels like those endorphins giving me that natural high. Hand lettering helps me feel like my best self and reminds me of who I am. And that's self-care, right? Developing a relationship with yourself. And that's what hand lettering is as you are experimenting with your style and creating something that is unique to you. It's an expression of who you are. And that's why it's okay to be bad at hand lettering. And you know another thing? The next time we went out on a run, we did 11 miles and I didn't feel the runner's high the whole time. It was a really hard run. I was mad because I wanted to feel that natural high again. The parts I enjoyed were being outside with my husband and my daughter, feeling how strong and powerful my body was, the act of pushing myself to do something hard. Even though those parts were good, I didn't get to feel that amazing high. But it turns out you can't plan for a runner's high, even if you're doing all the right things. This is just like with lettering. You can't plan to have the best creative breakthrough. It comes when you least expect it. You can try to plan for it and do all the right things, but it doesn't always happen when you want it. Sometimes you like the lettering you make, and sometimes it feels like it just isn't quite right. You have to keep making a lot of lettering that sometimes doesn't feel like your best work in order to get to the lettering that you are super proud of. And even after you've made some really awesome pieces, you're still going to have some pieces that you don't like or were really hard. It's okay if you're not making a masterpiece every time you letter. Instead, enjoy the process of actually lettering instead of only liking it for the result. The biggest thing that helped me while I was running and can help in lettering too is how my husband kept telling me, you don't have to be the best to enjoy it. My friend was training for a half marathon at the same time as me, and her runs were way faster and seemed to come easier to her. It was easy for me to compare myself and think, what am I even doing? I'm not good at this. I run really slowly, so maybe this isn't for me. But that reminder helped that you don't have to be the best to enjoy it. The same goes for lettering. You may see some viral lettering videos and people you look up to, and it seems like their lettering is so good and you'll never get to that level. But in the end, why does that even matter? If you enjoy it, that's all that matters. If it's making your life better to feel creative and use your hands and pens in a skilled way that's all your own, you need to keep doing that. It can help you feel alive and feel more like yourself, even if it doesn't look like someone else's, or even what you think it's supposed to look like. So I hope that today you'll try this style collage with a word that's on your mind right now, and you'll remember how amazing you are that you have this skill of hand lettering, even if you're just getting started. Celebrate it for where you are right now. You are doing a really great job. Thank you so much for being here. I love sharing my lettering with you. If you want to learn more about a hand lettering journal and start one for yourself, check out this playlist. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.